My theme today is short, and it is that not all junk is trash. I don't have a before photo, but this was junk before. It looks kind of blue in the picture, but it's not. It's like a silver. It's because the electronics. But that was ugly, and then I made it pretty. and, and basically, like, for me, that kind of like goes into, sometimes we might think, we don't have use for something anymore. And this would not be good advice for somebody who's hoarding really bad, but like, let's say you're used to just like throwing away something because maybe it's like ugly, or throwing away something because, just because. But sometimes it can become a really nice creative project. Sometimes all it is like a little bit of paint. Maybe it needs new handlebars, which in my case it was the paint and the handles. And I just feel like sometimes it's just like really empowering and really a cool experience to make something that may have been junk worthy useful again. I guess there's a lot of lessons in that. And I think I'll let you take whatever lesson you're hearing from that, so I don't butcher it for you. So with that, let's go ahead and practice. Feel free to close your eyes or gaze at a point out in front of you. Take a moment to drop in. Connect with yourself. I think sometimes we as people, we can kind of feel run down and, junky sometimes. And sometimes all we need is a refresh of some sort. Sometimes that might be a physical refresh. Sometimes it's like a mental one, maybe an emotional one or spiritual one. And so this practice can be that for us as well. We'll begin with one Om. Feel free to join your palms. Take a full breath in. Exhale completely. Inhale again. Release your hands. Open your eyes. Downward facing dog. Push your hands down forward, feet down and back. Reach your heels toward the floor, ribs toward your spine. Squeeze your shoulder blades toward each other and reach your heart toward your hands. Feel free to wiggle around a little, a lot, or none at all. Just take slow, steady breaths here. Come up onto the balls of your feet. Get up as high on your toes as you can. And then reach your heels back to the floor. Do that a couple more times. Heels high. Heels low. Good for your calves. Heels high. Heels low. Then bring your feet together, knees together. Knees to the floor, slide your knees as close to your toes as you can, and have a seat on your feet. Interlace your fingers in front of your heart, pull your fingers apart, and then place the backs of your hands on top of your head. Squeeze your shoulder blades toward each other as you pull on your fingers, and then reach your arms towards straight. Ribs back, tailbone forward. Take your hands to the floor, tops of feet to the floor, and then take your hands, walk them over to your left at a diagonal for sideways child's pose. Drop your right side of your torso toward the floor. Lift your left side up. Let your head drop into your right arm. You can add to this by doing right hand on top of left hand. Pull with your right hand, push with your left hand. Slowly come out, walk over to the other side. Turn your left side toward the floor, right side toward the ceiling. Maybe stack left palm on top of right. Pull with your left hand, push with your right hand. Slowly come back up. Take your first two, or your thumb and your index finger, and then the rest of your fingers around your heels. And then take your forehead, as you round your spine, forehead to your knees. And if you know Bikram yoga, comes from that. Lean a little bit more forward, lift your hips off the floor, top of head to the floor. Shoulders away from the floor and onto your back as you pull on your feet with your hands. Try to keep little weight in your head, most of the weight in your legs. Slowly lower your hips. Come back into downward dog. Take your right leg high, three-legged dog. Bend your right knee. Stack your hips. Kick your right foot toward the wall at your left. Keep your left shoulder as high as your right shoulder. Take your right foot outside your right hand. Take your left heel to the floor. Keep your weight in your feet. Walk your hands forward into your left. Dog lunge. Widen right knee to the right. Swing your hips a little to the left and push your back leg longer. Downward dog. Left leg high. Reach length through your leg. Bend your left knee. Stack your hips. Kick your foot toward the wall at your right. Keep your right shoulder as high as your left. Square your hips. Step your left foot outside your left hand. Spin your right heel to the floor. Walk your hands forward and to your right. Swing your hips to the left. Push longer through your right leg. Downward dog. Look forward between your hands. Bend your knees. See if you can hop forward. Lengthen your spine. And then fold forward. Uttanasana, forward fold. Face toward your shins. Push hands down and forward. Feet down and back. Also heels down and apart. Shoulders away from your ears, just like you did in rabbit pose. Pull your shoulders away from your ears and onto your back. Bend your knees so your thighs are parallel to the floor or somewhere along the way. Bring your weight into your heels. Take your arms parallel to the floor. Close your fingers. Round your spine. Bring your forehead to or toward your knees. Keep your arms parallel to the floor the whole time. Shoulders moving back. Breath breathing. Inhale, stand up. Reach all the way up. Exhale, palms in front of your heart. Inhale, reach your arms up. Exhale, fold forward, Uttanasana. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plank, chaturanga, lower halfway down. Inhale, cobra or upward dog. Shoulders back, curl back. Bring knees to the floor. Lift your hips high with your knees down. And then take your chest to the floor between your hands. 8 angle pose. Walk your hands back. Pull your shoulders back. Push through your chin. Separate your teeth. Stay here or lift your feet off the floor. Lower your feet. Lower all the way down onto your belly. Rest for a moment on your hands. Bring your arms alongside your torso. Close fingers, point palms up. Squeeze your legs together. Pull your shoulders back. Lift through your sternum and start to do an upper back bend. Keep squeezing your legs in. Keep your legs straight and lift your thighs and feet off the floor. Stay here, lift your arms off the floor. Bring inner hands higher, shoulders higher. Rest. Other side of face on the floor. Interlace fingers behind your head. Push your elbows into the floor, shoulders back. Bend your knees one at a time. Lift and lower your knees. Push head into hands, hands into head, and widen your elbows to the sides. Pull your shoulder blades toward each other. Lift your chin. Lift everything except your hips. Push your feet toward the ceiling and toward your head. Pull on your fingers. Rest. Downward dog. Right leg high. Bend your right knee. Stack your hips again. Kick your right foot back behind you. Wild thing, really, really early in class, step your foot back. Push down through your feet. Lift your hips and reach your right arm up and back or right hand behind your head. Downward dog. Left leg high. Bend your left knee. Stack your hips. Kick your foot back. Bend your right knee to step your left foot behind you. Then straighten your right leg. Push through your feet, hips up, shoulders back. Curl back. Downward dog. Right knee behind your right wrist. Pigeon prep. Lower your back knee to the floor. Slide it back and fold over your legs. Squeeze your front knee and your back knee down and toward each other from front and back, side to side, in toward the midline. Stay here or lift up your torso. Take your right hand either in front of your right shin or right hand to thigh. Bend your left knee. Pull your heel toward your bottom. Take your left hand to your inner foot and pull heel toward your hip again. Square your hips and torso forward. Pull shoulders back. Lift your sternum. Lift your chin. Lower your foot, downward dog. Pigeon left knee forward, right knee back, lower down, fold forward. Squeeze your legs in, breathe here. Lift your torso, left hand in front of your shin or on your thigh. Bend your right knee, reach back, grab your foot, pull your heel toward your hip. Square your hips and torso forward. Lengthen up and back. Lower your foot, downward dog. Take your right leg straight back and then shift a little forward so that you're a little more on the ball of your left foot and your shoulders are a little closer to above your wrists. And then from here, take your left hand to fingertips and then take your left arm parallel to the floor, balance. So hard. Lower down. Switch sides, left leg parallel. Right fingertips to the floor. Tone your abdomen, squeeze everything in. Hover right hand. Lower down. Step or jump forward. Lengthen your spine. Forward fold. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, palms in front of your heart. Tree pose, Vrikshasana. Take your right foot to your inner left thigh. Push foot into leg, leg into foot. Palms in front of your heart or reach arms over your head. Extend up, push down. Lower your hands. Lower your foot. Switch sides, left foot to inner thigh. Push foot into leg, leg into foot. Palms together. Maybe reach up. Root down. Lower your hands, lower your foot. Garudasana, take your right arm under your left arm. Hold shoulders, join backs of hands or palms. Pull elbows forward and down, lift through your sternum. Bend your knees. Take your right knee over your left knee. Maybe hook your foot. Draw your right hip back, left hip forward to square your hips. Bring more weight into your standing heel. Eagle Virabhadrasana 3, keep your arms like they are, unbind your right leg, kick your right leg straight back. Feel free to straighten your left leg, standing leg. Lean a little more forward so you're in like a T shape. Squeeze your arms in, leg in toward the midline. Take your hands to the floor, lift your right leg high. Push through your left leg as you kick your right leg up higher. Then maybe grab your left calf with your left hand, turn your torso straight back toward your leg, and fold, standing split. See how high you can get your right leg without turning your toes out. Lower your foot, hands to hips, shoulders back, stand up. Left arm under, hold shoulders, join backs of hands or palms. Pull elbows forward and down, chest up, bend your knees. Left knee over, squeeze knee to knee, foot behind your calf. Lean back toward your standing heel. Lift taller through your torso. Eagle Warrior 3, kick your left leg back, go slowly, shift your weight. Standing split, hands to the floor. Lift your left leg up high. Right hand around your right calf. Push through your standing leg as you lift your left leg higher. Turn your torso straight back to your thigh and fold. Lower your foot, lengthen your spine. Hands to hips, shoulders back, stand up. Utthita Hasta Padangusthasana. Grab your right foot, big toe or outer edge. Push foot into hand, hand into foot. Kick your right leg straight ahead. Pull up on your big toe as you push your big toe back into your fingers. Shoulders back, lift your sternum. Open your right leg to the right. Feel free to use left arm to the left for more balance. Tuck your outer right hip underneath you. Leg forward, lower your foot. Second side, grab your left foot. Push foot into hand, hand into foot. Kick your leg forward. Pull up on your big toe. Keep your left hip square with your right hip and as low as your right hip. Open left leg to the left, maybe right arm to the right. Tuck outer left hip underneath. Sorry, I forgot to turn off my computer sound. Hopefully you didn't hear that. Take your leg forward. Lower your foot. All right. Stand facing wherever you have room forward and behind you. And then grab your right foot from the outer edge. Pull your heel toward your hip and knee to knee. Take your left arm straight out in front of you. Then from here, shoulders back, lift your sternum. Start to kick your foot back without leaning forward. Kick your foot back, keep squeezing your leg in. Don't let your right knee go out wide or your right foot go in. Kick foot up, lift with your arm and your leg. Stay here or now hinge forward. Baby dancer. Kick, push, and pull. Stand up. Lower your foot. I think there's like a full moon today. All right, grab your left foot. Pull your heel toward your hip. From here, take your right arm out in front of you. Square your hips. Shoulders back, lift your sternum. First, kick foot into hand, pull hand into foot. Kick up, 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 then forward. Slowly come out or fast. All right, come on to your hands and knees. Take your right leg straight back and then take your right knee to the left of your left knee, like eagle legs. Squeeze your shin to shin and then walk your hands back and have a seat toward your feet. Let your left knee come off the floor. Nice calf smashy sensation in the left leg. Hands to thighs, or take your left arm under your right arm. Either hold shoulders, join backs of hands, or palms. Lower your hands, shift forward. Now, stay standing on your hands and your left knee as you kick your right leg straight back. Take your left arm straight ahead. Tie your opposite arm to leg. Then into elevated bow with opposite hand to foot. Grab your right foot with your left hand. Point your right foot straight up. Kick foot in a hand, hand and foot. Kick up, lift your sternum, look forward. Lower your knee. Lower your foot. Lower your hand. Take your left leg straight back. Swing your leg to the right. Squeeze knee to knee, shin to shin. Point your toes straight back. And slowly walk back. Have a seat toward your feet. Sit up tall, hands to thigh. Or right arm under left arm. Hands to the floor. Lean forward. Left leg straight back. Right arm straight ahead. Then reach back, grab your foot. Push foot in the hand, hand to foot. Kick your foot straight up and back. Back bend. Lift your chest. Lower your knee. Lower your foot. Downward dog. Step your right knee behind your right wrist like you did earlier. Pigeon prep. Stay upright. Press your tailbone forward. Bend your back knee like you did before. Reach back, grab your foot. This time you can stay here or pull your foot to your elbow crease and then point your fingers up for mermaid. Turn forward. Kick into your arm with your foot and then take your right arm straight up. Bend your elbow, reach back, grab your fingers. Turn forward. Ribs back, tailbone forward. Breathe. If you can, keep your foot connected to your arm as you let go of your fingers. Keep your foot connected to your arm as you take your arms out straight to the sides. Yep. And lower your foot, lower your hands. Downward dog. Left knee forward. Bend your right knee. Grab your foot. Foot to elbow crease. Push foot into arm. Arm into foot. Lift your left arm up. Grab your fingers. Turn forward. Lift your chin. Keeping your foot connected with your arm as best as you can. Take your arms out straight to the sides. And lower down. Good. Downward dog. Side plank. Balance on your right hand. Come to the outer edge of your right foot, or feel free to take kickstand variation, left foot in front of you. Take your left arm straight up. Push right hand down forward and to the right. Bring more weight into your knuckle pads rather than your wrist pad. Good. Stay here, grab your left big toe, first two fingers and thumb of your left hand. Kick forward. Then push through your right hand and right foot to lift your hips. Now open your left hip to the left foot toward the ceiling. Vashisthasana. If you fall, just do wild thing. Down dog. Balance on your left side. Right arm up. Grab your right big toe. First two fingers and thumb. Kick forward. Push foot into hand, hand to foot. Hand, foot into the floor. Lift your hips. And then open. Right leg toward the ceiling. Down dog. Child's pose. Bring your big toes together, knees a little wider than your hips, arms by your legs, palms point up, forehead to the floor. Bring your hands by your ears, shoulders back, lift your chin, sit up, and then come all the way down onto your belly again. Half frog, Ardha Bakasana. Take your left forearm slightly forward in front of your shoulder, so it's angled forward. Your forearm parallel to the floor, or towards your, parallel to the short edge of your mat. Then reach back to grab your right foot. Pull your heel toward your hip with your right hand. Square your hips to the floor. Maybe turn your fingers forward over your toes. Don't just pull your foot down with your hand, but also use your leg, toning your whole backside of your leg to squeeze your heel toward your hip. Stay here or straighten your left leg, lift it off the floor. Lower your feet. Right forearm to the floor, parallel to the short edge of your mat. Bend your left knee. Grab your left foot. Pull your heel toward your hip. Fingers forward. Turn your hip down. Lengthen your spine. Breathe here. Stay here. Or lift your right leg. Keep your legs straight. Lower down. Rest. All right, Dhanurasana. Bend both of your knees. Reach back, grab your feet. Walk your knees in a little bit, heels a little wider than your hips. Then push your hips down, shoulders back, feet back, torso up. Then just like you did in Makarasana earlier, kick your feet up, knees off the floor, and hold. Rest. Feel free to do reverse windshield wipers. Let your feet go side to side. Downward dog. Step your right foot forward between your hands. Lower your left knee to the floor. Then slide your left knee back so your knee is still behind your hip as you straighten your right leg out in front of you, Ardha Hanumanasana. Walk your hands forward and fold over your right leg. Pull your right hip back, left hip forward. Stay here, go for full Hanumanasana. Slide your right leg forward, left leg back. Squeeze your legs in toward the midline. Feel free to keep your hands on the floor. You can reach up if you want or fold forward. Any variation. Downward dog. Left foot forward. Slide your right knee back, left leg straight. Keep your spine long as you fold over your left leg, half Hanuman. Slide forward, full Hanuman. Downward dog. Balance on your right hand. Come to your outer right foot. Stack your feet. Lift your left arm up. You can do this with your right knee down as well. Going for baby bird. Lift your left leg up. Bend your left knee. Reach back, grab your left foot. Pull your heel toward your hip. Feel free to keep your right knee slightly bent as you kick your left leg straight back. Hips forward, then straighten your right leg. Curl back. Maybe turn your torso toward the ceiling. If you fall, just go into wild thing. Downward dog. Balance on your left side. Either left knee down or stack your feet. Reach back, grab your right foot. Kick foot into hand. Hand and a foot. Maybe start with a bent left leg. Then when you push your hips forward, shoulders back, curl back, straighten your left leg. Maybe turn up toward the ceiling. Downward dog. Lower your knees. Take your right arm high up toward the ceiling. Swing your right arm under your left arm. Right shoulder and ear to the floor. Walk your left hand forward into the left. Push down and forward through your left arm. Pull your right hand down and back. Square left hip back, right hip forward. Walk your left hand back. Reach your right arm all the way open. Lower your right hand. Lift your left arm all the way up. Swing your left shoulder and ear to the floor. Walk your right hand forward into your left. Push through your right arm. Pull with your left arm. Square your hips. Take your right hand back. Lift your left arm all the way up. Lower your hand. Great. Swing your legs out in front. Take your right knee to your right. Janu Shirshasana. Fold over your left leg. Grab your foot with one or both of your hands. Turn toward your left leg as you fold forward, forehead toward your knee. And breathe here. Next inhale, lengthen your spine. Slowly sit up, keeping your legs like they are. Turn to your right. Right hand behind you, left hand to your right thigh. Twist. Keep the twist. Lift your right arm straight up. Lean to the left. Take your left armpit toward your left thigh. Feel free to use your left hand or forearm to the floor inside your leg, or go all the way side to thigh. If you're grabbing your foot, right hand to outer edge. Left hand to inner edge, then turn open, lean more into your left sitting bone. Try to take the back of your head to aim toward the top of your knee. Slowly sit up. Take your right leg forward. Left knee to the left. Turn and face your right leg. Forward fold. Janu Shirshasana. Forehead towards your knee. Lengthen your spine. Slowly sit up. Turn to the left. Right hand to left knee. Left hand behind you. Twist. Left arm up. Lean to your right. Try to get your right side to your thigh or right hand or forearm to the floor. Left hand to outer foot. Right hand to inner foot if you're grabbing it. Twist more to the left. Lift through your sternum. Breathe. Slowly come back up. Take your left leg forward. Paschimottanasana. Fold over your legs. Feel free to bend your knees, ribs to thighs. Face toward your shins. You can widen your elbows to the sides until you get all the way down. Then squeeze your shoulder blades onto your back. And then squeeze elbows into your shins. Push your heels down and apart. Inhale, lengthen your spine. Slowly sit up. Take your legs wide on your mat. Upavishta Konasana. And then rotate inner thighs down, outer hips up. And fold toward the floor. Try to point your toes and kneecaps straight up. Allow your head to drop. Breathe here. Slowly lift yourself back up. Take your hands under your knees, pull your heels to your hips, and then take your feet together, knees wide. Scoot your hips a little forward. Keep your spine long. Maybe lean back on your hands or fold forward. Baddha Konasana. Try heart toward your feet, face toward the floor, or even round your spine, bringing face to feet. Lengthen your spine. Slowly sit back up. Bring your knees together. Wrap your elbows around your knees. Hook your fingers. Pull your shoulders back. Lift up to your sternum. Feel free to drop your head forward. Lift your chin. Lie on your back. Take your feet as wide as your mat, and then take your knees over to the left, staggered. Feel free to place your left foot to your right thigh, pushing foot into leg, leg into foot. Maybe grab your right wrist with your left hand and pull up in the opposite direction. Switch sides, let go of your wrist and foot, hips to center, and then take your knees to the right. Right foot to left thigh, left wrist with right hand, pull up. Come back to center. Do a few windshield wipers back and forth, knees side to side. Come back to center. We're going to take your feet together to start, knees together, and then take your right inner ankle to your inner left knee. And then you're just going to drop your legs over to the left. Take your left hand to your right outer thigh. Push thigh into hand, hand into thigh, so your right hip moves away from your shoulder towards your feet. And your right arm can just go to the right, maybe even gaze to the right. Lift back up. Switch sides, left foot to inner right knee. Legs to the right. Left arm to the left, right hand to left thigh. Push thigh into hand, hand to thigh, rotating left hip away from your shoulder. Come back up, hips to center. From inside your legs, grab outside your feet, happy baby. Push feet and hands into each other and gently rock side to side. Slide your hands to the tops of your ankles, pulling your heels close to your hips. Let your legs go wide, let your shoulders relax. Hold here. Use your arms to pull your legs back in. Wrap your arms around your legs one last time. Feel free to roll side to side. Shavasana.